Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
Spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good.
Like TV from other dimensions has a somewhat looser feel to it.
Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone.
God. What the hell just did that? I don't know. Oh, wow. See, I don't know why his shit runs so fucking short, but whatever. Welcome to the Wrestling Asylum. It's so Eric today. He is unfortunately has to flew at home, so I decided to step in his place for the day. I guess he would have called me the Black Clown of Chaos today. I guess he would have called me that. Sir Blackguard is here. Next to me is the Gunner Moody, one half of your Lucky Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. And below him is Mr. Nickhausen is back, and he looks like he got a new jersey on today, which I'm actually pretty shocked about. He's actually wearing a jersey today. He's usually got to do something afterwards. But anyway, folks, of course, you already know how the whole grand scheme of thing is. Tell your baby mama, tell your girl, tell your side mistress, whatever the fuck that this shit may be, that we're on live and everything else. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and all this other type of shit. This is my third time being on front of my camera this week, so I'm like, I don't want to see my face anymore, but I have to be here. So Linktree, follow us on the Linktree at Off the Top Roast Podcast to find the audio, visual, and merchandise for all the network combatants here, including the Wrestling Asylum, the Mom Man, and Black Archangel. Shout out to them yesterday. Shout out to a dying, decrepit fucking last week fucking Mom Man show on Friday because a lot of people were fucking exhausted. Because that, but I feel for y'all, fellas. And of course, you know, the brand ambassadors, I'll give them a special shout out at w.gg to get your boosted caffeine, your non-caffeine mix of W Energy. Get the boosted energy that you need at w.gg with 10%. Cosmic Clothing do the same thing at cosmiclothing.com for 15%. Habit 365, same thing. Get your Flies Urban Wear in the streets today at habit365.com for 50% off your purchase. Swift Energy, if you don't want to, you know, deal with W, you want to deal with Swift, and that's cool, you know. To each his own. 10% off at swiftenergy.com. And of course, the merchandise store, bonfire.com/store/Off-the-Top Roast Podcast. Well, network, let me correct myself. I've always been saying that because that's my auto proxy. To find the latest merch or still merch from Black Archangels, the Mom Man, and the Wrestling Asylum, and WrestleNary as well. You know, we still gotta bring that game show the fuck back. So I might have to do that sooner or later, folks. So correct me if I'm wrong with that one. But that's pretty much this to me, just a brand ambassador thing. But let me just bring us out the way too. SNW is this Saturday, folks. Yes. You can come and see the new upcoming stars and returning stars coming back to SNW Supernova Wrestling this Saturday, Lynn, Massachusetts, at the Neil Randolph Vault Theater, 25 Exchange Street. Doors opened up at 5. TV tapings at 5:30. The main live show and broadcast will start at 7 p.m. Who's going to get drafted to Shark? Who's going to get drafted to Vortex? Who knows? We're going to find out a lot of things tonight. And Debbie going to check out the vendors that day too. They're going to be there in person. Green River Herbal is not going to be there in person, but they are going to supply us with some stuff. So you want to copy yourself some herbal teas, some beer growth moisturizers, all the other type of stuff, including bombs. Come check us out. Luigi's Pizzeria will also be there in person in the sponsor section, and they'll be supplying the pizzas. And also, my main man, Soul Boss Imperial, my man Anthony Sosa is going to be there in person selling his merchandise, selling his clothing line over there at Supernova Wrestlers Draft Night 2026. And special thank you to all the sponsors. Each and every one of you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we want to be here and having the great show that we're about to have this upcoming Saturday. Shout out to the Murray Hill Group. Shout out to my auntie. Shout out to Dukes. Shout out to King. Shout out to King Me Kids for sponsoring Shayna Levangie, Kaiju Pro Wrestling. Shout out to Mama Kaiju, Miss Ashley Stevies. No bounds. No bounds barbershop in New Bedford. Square Circle Cafe, My Two Kids Productions. Big shout out to Gladys. Black Arts Angels, y'all caught up with them yesterday. Shout out to all the mob ladies, Drea, Stacy, Shar, Lady B, and Binky. Peak money for actually throwing some duckies at us to say, man, just give me whoever the fuck them like you can. And that's why you chose Wild How. Wrestling with Entertainment, sponsoring the one and only, the S&W World Openweight Champion, the Cold Hard Truth, Johnny Pierce. Carly, your friend Gunner, is sponsoring you. So big shout out to Carly. Luigi's Pizzeria, cannot forget about that. Two Brothers Moving Company for sponsoring Fly 9 Noriega. Logan Steele for sponsoring the Apex Champion. And Johan Nara. Off the Top Roast. Shout out to Tony Jones for sponsoring Killian Core and Green River Herbal. So many things to write down and shit. But hey, I had to get that thing out the way first. But definitely come see us next week Saturday. Check us out. Come buy tickets. Come see your favorite stars. Come see us. The Pod Mall will be there. Probably busy as fuck, but we're gonna be there. So come say hi to us too. You know?
Come tell me that I'm wrong.
Okay. I guess he's still pissed about last week about the housing situation, which is going to be rolled over.
I'm extra pissed because look how much they're reacting to him. They were all pissy when he first dropped it. Now, I love when he cursed. Fuck out of here.
Did I not call that though?
Oh, you did. You 100% did, but I just hate the fickle fan going,
yeah,
I liked him from the beginning. No, you didn't.
Let's give Gunner his credit because he did say last week, yo, let him manifest. Sit back. He's not gonna get in the ring like I want him to be. He's gonna be the entertainment purpose. Key word here was entertainment, and he brought the entertainment one day. He brought the entertainment on Friday. So
I forget if it was 1 day or 2 days. 2 days after the 2 days after the debut, I put into the group chat. I was like, Gunner fucking called it because he became the #1 merch seller like that.
Yep, guaranteed. And he's still top of that list as of this moment right now. So, fellas, let's get into this craziness and shit because I got a Celtics game to watch at 1 o'clock. So, Penta, because of your man Danhausen cursed Dominik Mysterio.
Yes, sir.
And the fact that it actually came true that this man, Dominik, drops the Intercontinental Championship to the one and only Penta, who's been there for almost now officially a year. He's been there. So now he finally got his first WWE Championship gold over his shoulder. And what this could probably potentially lead up to is Dominik going through the ups and downs, or he's going through a losing streak. And then we're going to see the dissolvement of the Judgment Day. And we're going to see more Danhausen interacting with more WWE superstars backstage. And if he doesn't like you, you are cussed. And that means you might actually lose this matchup as well. But let's not just focus on just the Danhausen part. Focus on the Finn part, because the Finn part was executed that night where he distracted the ref, and Dominik gets pissed. Dominik gets hit with the fucking Mexican, with the Mexican code breaker and shit. And this is how they decide to drop the title to Penta instead of this thing going over to Finn, which now was probably leaning towards Dominik Mysterio versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania. If this is actually correct, or they could just do a triple threat and do Dominik and Finn taking on Penta, or they might add a 4-person and make this into like a fatal 4. But they did that last year already with Penta and Braun Breaker and a few other people. So I know that's gonna be the wishing well of things, but we'll have to just wait and see. WrestleMania is April 18th and the 19th, right? So that's still like another like a month from now. You still got like 4 to 5 weeks to fill in some of the blanks about what the hell's going on and everything else. And that's that. Anything else? I mean,
you want to go, Gunner, or should I go?
For y'all,
go ahead, buddy.
All right, I appreciate you. So I do want to just say first and foremost that big shout out to Penta in general. And actually, also shout out to Ray Phoenix, to both of them, because both of them are fantastic. I know lumping them in together because they're brothers, but I have a reason for it. When they both came to WWE, I was so terrified that they were just going to slap them back together into another tag team, which, they're fantastic together. But I'm so happy that they had their own separate solo careers. I'm sure someday we'll have them tag as a tag team again. But
Listen,
Ray Phoenix, if it wasn't,
is dying right in front of our faces anyway. So
it is, yeah.
I mean, but I do agree that. I mean, no, I'll let you go. I'll save it.
Yeah, please keep that in mind. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I wish Ray Phoenix had a lot more to do, but I think he's on injury right now. But as for Penta, he even since AEW, because I'm not going to be a lying mark and say, oh, I knew him in the Indies, because I didn't. I knew him when he was in AEW. So I've been a fan of him since AEW. I always loved his gimmick. I always thought he was fantastic in the ring, and I always thought that AEW, yeah, they liked him, but they didn't prop him up as much as they should have, and I'm so proud for him to see him hold that Intercontinental Championship. That, and I know it's not really the big point of it here, but to see my boy Danhausen play into it a little bit, two of my favorite wrestlers, two of my favorite active wrestlers, kind of in a way working together, loved every second of it.
He's 1-0 on the curse chart right now.
Yes, sir. I hope this becomes a running thing.
Okay,
it has to be.
This is the different booking strategy from AEW to WWE, and we see which company specializes in what. You know, AEW is only specialized in your in-ring ability. They kind of don't give a fuck about your promos. If you can do a promo, cool. They'll give you guidelines. You go out there, you shoot the shits. That's it. That's what the independents do, right?
Right.
Yeah, sometimes they may give you a script. Other times you may feel like no, that you can come up with your own shit because you know how to talk and you know how your character should be talking. Some writer in the back should not tell what that character should be saying unless they actually is around that person, they see that person, and more importantly, if they are a wrestling fan, they understand the psychology of things. They know how to pivot your character and shit. So those are the two differences between that. I mean, I really just think, like, I agree with Nekro. People blew to oblivious because it's AEW, WWE training talent. We were seeing that for years already as it, right? But when it comes to a situation like Danhausen's, we only saw him wrestle like a handful of times in AEW. So people were not buying that. People wasn't looking at the entertainment aspect, the segment aspect, the skit aspect. Because I'm like, you look at it from that perspective, he's going to draw in money. He's going to draw in kids. Kids is going to be coming in, painting their faces just like him, and you're going to be like, how the fuck did he get the fuck over? Do skits, segments, and promos. That is all the fuck you need him to do in WWE. Then once in the blue moon, you put him in the match. You don't have to give him a match each and every week. Each and every 2 weeks, he got to wrestle. No, Save that motherfucker for when it actually truly is necessary. AKA,
do you think they're going to give him a real match, or do you think it's going to be a goofy comedy match?
Something like that. You give him someone small for him to get his legs going and shit and everything else. So when he's actually is ring ready, whatever the case may be, he'll actually do the same thing that Orange Cassidy did to us in AEW when he first came in, and no one said, "Oh, we did not know about Orange Cassidy's game until he had that match with Pac." But some people who watched him in the Indies, they know how he worked. They're like, "No, just sit back, just let him marinate." And when that happened, now y'all got blown the fuck away. It's the same thing with Danhausen.
About that though, because I mean, I know Vince McMahon is gone, so thankfully we won't get the goofy doofy gimmick matches that we would typically get. But do you think when he does start wrestling and actually makes in-ring appearances that the first one, or at least maybe within the first couple, do you think they're going to give him some stupid goofy gimmick match?
I don't think so.
I don't think a gimmick match, but I think it's going to be a more goofier match for the first couple, and then like Shid said, it's going to get to that point.
That's goofy.
Yeah, but he's the goofiness, not the match itself, is what I mean.
Well,
you know, I don't want like a.
Well, then again, there have been some goofier people in that locker room too. We see R-Truth now shaving his motherfucking head bald.
I just don't want a dental chair match because he likes teeth. You know what I mean?
No, they ain't gonna do that.
No, I think what they're gonna try to do is they're not gonna give him it right away. It's gonna take a certain person to be like, "Yo, let's make this to like a cinematic match." And we can get all the shit in that we imagine that this thing could lead up to, like a Danhausen rules match, something like that. I
wasn't crazy about the cinematic matches, but I could see his cinematic match being insane.
Yeah, Yeah, so certain matches needs to be cinematic. Say, like, if you're older, like you're Undertaker, you're Sting, you're gonna need that cinematic match because you guys can't go in the ring like that anymore. If you're young, you can still go in the ring. No, you tell your story in a goddamn fucking 20x20 ring. Period. Yep.
Yes.
For sure. So, I mean, I think with the Danhausen thing, I think if you wait for a certain someone like Miz, JD, whoever else that got nothing the fuck to do, and you can create something with that, go for it. Just don't put him against someone like a Rusev or Obafemi or any other top stars. He's not there, and he will never be there.
I heard Obafemi and my eyes widened.
And that's the reason why I said that, because that is a career-killing move right there. You don't want to feed Danhausen to people that you're building up to be the next set of stars.
I feel like you can put him up against a big superstar eventually. I wouldn't say put him up against Obafemi, but if we're going to put him up against them, the only way to do it without completely ruining his momentum, and the only way to do it where he could win and not destroy his momentum, is if you make it goofy and you piss the guy off. If you, like, let's say it is Obafemi a year from now, Danhausen wins by some weird goofy tricks, Obafemi is fucking pissed. Then he destroys him next week with no games. That's kind of how I see it.
That's kind of the way I would
just imagine Rusev doing that thing, because Rusev is already a heel, and you can do that with him. And
yes.
You can book Rusev to be that big guy that wants to just start about this little fucking maggot and shit, because they both were in AEW too.
Yep, that's true.
You can kind of like carry that over. Just it gotta be a heel doing that joint.
It can't be somebody like Oba who's getting over with the fans for his little, his little gimmick there.
You said this earlier, like when we were first started the segment, and I just wanted to preface it because anyone that watches the show regularly, or if you don't watch it regularly, go back in the archives before you start saying shit, because before I say this, I must make it clear, and I'm sure you two know, I am not a WWE mark. I'm not a WWE fanboy. I do enjoy WWE, but I will talk shit and slander that fucking product as much as anybody. So when I say this, some perception that I really seem to hate is that it's okay for when talent jump ship to AEW, but it's not okay when they jump ship to WWE. Because let's be honest with you, as fun and as cool as AEW is, it's still the secondary show. It'll never live up to WWE. And I don't want to sound like a fanboy when I say that, but when you think of wrestling, the pinnacle, when you are a child and you think, I want to become a wrestler, you think WWE. So I hate that it's okay for one way to essentially go from the big time to a secondary indie show to go, and that's fine. But if you go from the secondary indie show to the big time, oh no, that's bullshit. Like, what is that? What is that nonsense?
I think it's not.
I think that's a grind my gears thing right there.
No, I think it's because how certain people, how they view these talent that's on their television screens, and you're like, yo, this person does not need to be at AEW. This person needs to go to the WWE because they're a lot better on a microphone that they can sell the product rather than you being in the ring and you only giving like 6 to 8 minutes. Truthfully, truth be told, you go to AEW, they probably give you 12, 15 minutes and say, hey, get this shit the fuck out there, get all your shit out there, blah, 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 and everything else. Some people, and there's a few people, and then there's a few independent people that I might have to call out on this too. They're thrill junkies. Yep. They only want to get the fuck in the fucking ring. They don't want to be like, yo, just don't bring me up here just do a promo or just do like a run-in. Have me do something. Have me have a match. Have me do this. And you're saying like and everything else. Sometimes that's not necessary. Sometimes it's not necessary though. That's like overdoing something, and then you're just trying to do something just because you just wanted to get that feel. Like, I actually did something today, bro. Yeah. Sometimes you doing a run-in and you've been gone for like a few weeks. That's fine, because at least that reintroduces you back into the lineup and say, okay, he's back. Here's his pathway and shit. Next week we're gonna do this. The week after we do this. Boom, boom. We already got this whole bridge connected to where the climax is, to where the end it is, and then that's how that program ends. Some people don't need to be wrestling every single event. That's like some people in the indies, they want to wrestle each and every fucking show. And I'm like, no. Sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes we don't even need that. Because if we're trying to give like some breathing space and shit like that, sit on the bench, you do a match, to get you more over. But then at the same time, back there, you should be watching him and be like, okay. Now when it comes to our match, I know exactly how the fuck to get his ass. Something like that. You're using that time to research and to be able to understand what the pathway is going because of this. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But, in retrospect, certain people in WWE are made to go to AEW or that's made to go to New Japan because their style is just to blend the status quo. Some people in AEW definitely needs to leave to go to WWE because they're not utilized well there. And they're only giving you matches, but I can't have a chance to talk. This sucks. I don't want this.
Reading through the comments really quick, I just want to say I knew our boy Eric would be in here. What's up, man? And also, I did forget about Penta being in Lucha Underground. I did know of it. I just forgot about it for a second.
That's how I got introduced to Penta was from Lucha Underground. I wasn't watching Lucha, but I remember seeing highlights of each week when Lucha Underground was a thing and going, this guy's insane. And then seeing him through TNA through when he did that run was like, whoa, who's this Penta guy?
The only match I ever saw of Penta's in Lucha Underground, I was at the dentist, and they had a TV in the waiting room, and Lucha Underground somehow was on, and it was Penta versus Chelsea Green, of all things. I was like, what is happening?
Wait, what dentist office were you in? I need to get an appointment there.
It was that match for me that caught my attention to Penta because I was like intergender wrestling.
Right.
It's happening now in this day and age. What the fuck? Like, how are we not backlashing this now? But then when I see how
they got to run it back,
okay, now I understand because you go to different countries, it's a different ballgame.
I think him and Chelsea Green, since they're both in WWE, they got to run it back.
I feel like Hunter would be up for that just because
our ring
of
announcer
how
is in the building. Our ring announcer is here too, Mr. Jonathan Torres, the retro gamer himself, is actually in the chat. What up, man? And everybody else. Penta's match with Io was an eye opener.
That was a good match.
A lot. It was certain matches that Lucha Underground had that were eye opener because you was like, who the fuck are these guys? So definitely Penta was definitely eye opening, but I think for the common audiences is when they got to AEW, that was when they was like, oh, they're brothers too. We need to get the fuck behind them. That's authenticity right there. But you know how WWE is going to do it. They're going to split them up to keep them away to have the separate identities and shit until later on they're going to come back together as a team because right now they should have pulled that trigger a long time ago because that tag team diminished because that tag team division right now in WWE is starting to turn ass.
I agree.
Damian Priest and R-Truth as a mysterious tag team?
Explain that one to me real quick. We just don't have a lot of we do, but we don't have a lot of dedicated tag teams. We have singles wrestlers that they threw together.
Wait, Nekro. Street Profits hasn't been on TV in 5 months. Why not bring them back for that fucking tag team gauntlet shit that they just did on SmackDown just 2 days ago? That's the whole part that mind boggles me because I'm like, y'all not utilizing these teams, right? But y'all putting a tag team together and they won. Ew, disgusting.
What do they do with Motor City Machine Guns? Where have they been?
They're about to break them up, apparently. They're about to
break them
up. I seen
Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, no. If you go back,
why the hell would they break them up?
SmackDown, right?
One of the greatest tag team talents of the modern era.
Go on SmackDown, right? This past Friday, watch that match and watch the ending and watch the segment afterwards. And they're arguing with each other, and then you're like, why y'all beefing for? No, that makes no fucking sense. You need them as a team. Why are you going to try to do that? Literally, I was sitting there just like you, Nekro. I had that same face on too. I was like, this is so damn stupid, but you let R-Truth and Damian Priest win just because of who Damian Priest is sticking his dick into?
Punk is always right. Punk is always right, and I will live by that. When he said it's going to go downhill once he hands the reins to his doofus son-in-law.
KB, thank you. Right there. Boom. As I said. And they do this. This is the dumbass call why you brought them to the WWE in the first place. It don't make any sense.
Also, happy Sunday, Bobby.
Happy Sunday, Bobby. Oh, my God.
I feel like I gotta not defend
They were like-
WWE, but defend WWE a little bit. They've never really been that tag team promotion. I feel like you look at like TNA and AEW, they've always had more emphasis on the tag titles and the tag team division than WWE ever did.
I agree.
Even if you go back in time and like in the 90s and the 80s, like, okay, probably the 80s, I would say was the height of the WWE tag division because you got guys like the Heart Foundation, the Rockers, all
Wait,
them.
but even more
But it was
than like
way
the
more
'90s with the Dudleys
now.
and the Edge and Christian and the Hardys. Even
Yeah,
more
but
than
I think
that.
the problem is
That's
now,
true, yeah.
There's not a personality or an agent in the back or a producer that's vouching for tag team wrestling. They all want to do singles and shit. So I'm like, bro, tag team is also essential in this world of wrestling. You can't just say we're gonna give less this but more this. No one wants to. You'll say no one wants that. And then this is how you see the surge of so many single stars, but not enough tag teams. So why have a tag team division?
I mean, tag team wrestling is very important
Because they
but
make more money on the replica belts.
to kind of go off of what Homie was saying over there. Even when I'm going to go with the 90s here, but even when arguably tag team wrestling was at its finest in WWE, they still treated it like it was like the redheaded stepchild. They put on two or three of the greatest TLC matches of all time, and they will always be remembered as that for a tag team. But even that, they kind of like they don't care nearly as much as they care about, I don't know, the first casket match or the first buried alive. They don't give a fuck because tag team wrestling doesn't matter.
On the cell
Yeah.
that made these matches turn into fucking corporate pay-per-views, which is asinine anyways. But I will actually say it was realistically for me, Edge and Christian versus the Hardys No Mercy 1999, that Terry Invitational tournament match was the true start of the tag team division in the Attitude Era, because they said, yo, we're gonna do this tag team tournament. You're gonna be fighting for Terry, but you're fighting for $100,000, which at the time was big money. But it was a ladder match. These four rookies are all going to show us why the hell it should matter. And it was one set of brothers, actual biological brothers, versus one set of best friends who are like brothers. So it was the perfect storm for that to unfold. And that's how we got in. If it wasn't for that match right there, we would have gotten the triangle ladder match at WrestleMania 2000. We would never gotten the SummerSlam TLC, the first TLC officially. Because before, they was going to call it TLC in 2000, but they didn't go with it. They just said the triangle ladder match, but they introduced tables and chairs. And that's how each team had their own specific weapon. And that's how the tables, ladders, and chairs were born. It was made into a fundamental match type for these daredevils and shit, but tag teams especially was highlighted. You can't just take that away. And then you put it on the pay-per-view, a brand pay-per-view is okay, every match is going to be something ill. No, that disintegrates the mystique.
I agree.
Definitely that. But the Finn Balor part in all this, though, pull the trigger, get this motherfucker to be face. And
yes.
You should have been put the IC title on this guy if you was going to put the heavyweight title on Finn Balor. But I don't know how
it is a travesty, though. I will say it is a travesty that he won the Universal title, got injured, and then never really got a fair shake after that.
Nope.
I agree that he should be a 2-time, if not a 3-time world champion right now, because he romped the horrible timing with that injury. He didn't get the shot that he should have gotten to be the guy, you know.
Oh, but Jinder Mahal can.
Oh, don't even get me started on Jinder Mahal. Don't even get me started on that crap.
You know that was like a really long reign too.
And
it was like 170 days, wasn't it?
Jinder Mahal wasn't really Middle Eastern. He was Canadian.
Yeah.
Which made it even more worse.
They literally just used him for his brownness, but he wasn't as brown as they were. He wasn't as brown as they were portraying him to be.
And that shit was crazy. But for Finn going into this whole thing with Dominik, and we know how this thing is going to be worked out, I think just all eyes are on Finn and Raquel Rodriguez about what they're going to be doing by or at WrestleMania, what integral part that they're going to be in, because that's how you're going to see the downfall of the Judgment Day at last.
Fucking 12 years in the making.
Right.
I know some people, they wanted this shit to go, and I get that. But this had to be all a slow fucking build. They waited for Liv to come back in order to pull the trigger with that whole thing. So, I mean, that's the only reason why it lasted that long, because of Liv.
They should have killed that after, like, not too long after the Rhea Liv shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the end of the Judgment Day to me. Once Rhea and Damien were gone, it was like, what's the fucking point, dude?
I mean,
right.
I think they were just trying to recreate the China and Eddie Guerrero angle when it comes to
100%.
That. And most definitely they succeeded with that. But adding in the people like Carlito and them later on down the line, I said to myself, this ain't gonna last long, because certain people's contracts will be expiring. Whoever that they choose not to renew, they're gonna walk out the fucking door. So Carlito was the first one.
R-Truth was gold, though.
R-Truth was the comedic pitch when it came to that Judgment Day with Damien and Rhea. That was perfect for them. That was absolutely perfect.
He was
whoa. Hold on a second. Jinder Mahal, the make-believe Maharaja. My God.
That fucking. You mean to tell me that man got more of a rub than what Finn Balor did? That's crazy. And a man that was in 3M fucking B. Out of all things, says a lot.
Yeah,
it says a lot.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
I still need Heath Slater to come back.
You should have never won that title. You should have been the one facing fucking Brock Lesnar at the Survivor Series in 2017 and shit. You should have been that motherfucker getting your ass stomped the fuck out by the Beast Incarnated. It shouldn't have to been Bryan Danielson. It shouldn't have to be fucking AJ Styles doing the job.
I need Heath Slater to come back and win the big one. I need him to come back and win the world title.
B won the world title.
I mean, last time it's kind of crazy. During like the 5, 6, whatever years that he was working in WWE, he looked like a scrawny, like whatever. But the last time we see Heath Slater, he was built like a motherfucker. Maybe if he put that much, I know I'm saying this as a fat guy, so I know the irony. But maybe if he put in that like level of effort,
say fluffy.
but maybe if he put in that level of effort to get yoked like the last time we saw him, then maybe he wouldn't have got jobbed out by Brock Lesnar. I don't give a fuck about your kids. I still think about that to this day.
Yeah. We all still think about that fucking quote. But we still think about that motherfucking quote. But even if he did came back, they're gonna put him right with Matt. They're gonna put him right where Matt Cardona is at. Catering.
Yeah.
And Royce Keys. Catering, because they had nothing to fuck with him to do.
Where is he at?
He's in catering, eating dinners, and then flying the fuck back home, which is asinine.
You know the worst part? They don't even got catering anymore. From what I heard, they make them eat stadium food. That's horrendous.
Damn, that's even worse. If I was listen, if I were y'all, I should start bringing in food from home. Shit, where's the microwave at? Bing.
I mean, if we're talking
from home, and I'm done. That's it.
I'm thinking of the TD Garden, so I'm like, oh damn! So they're really eating those like really long slices of Sal's pizza, like.
Nah, they're gonna be eating that shit that they cook upstairs on the second floor at that kitchen up there. That's what they're eating. They're eating what the staffers eat. They're eating over there at TD Garden eats. They're eating that same thing.
As someone that works at TD Garden and has had their catering.
Too. Yeah, me too. And I worked at the pro shop.
It's pretty good. Their catering.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes there's some weird shit in there, like it's like some fish and some like lemon water. I'm like, what is this shit? I know
that's Delaware North for you.
It is a good gig though.
Bitch asses. Anyways.
Yo, next time we're both there, we got to meet up. Actually, I think I'm working Lady. I do the concerts. I know I'm working Lady Gaga. That's the next time I'm at TD.
No, I'll probably see you.
Can you get me tickets? No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe they don't even give me tickets.
Shit, man, they'll give you.
What? What's the point working there then?
No, wait. No. They'll give you
Money.
a discount. They'll give you a heads up that tickets will be available, but they'll tell you is you can't pay a certain price of like whatever, like that, whatever, boom, even with your discount.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because that's what they told us at the pro shop before. They told us that that we can get tickets, but we gotta pay a reduced thing or like whatever.
That's good to know.
So always
I do like security over there.
Question to your supervisor and shit about how like ticket distribution gets handled and this type of shit. If you're a worker, blah blah blah. Like, does that get taken out of your check? You get a reduce or what?
Right. I mean, I don't. It's weird. I don't work for them directly. I work for a security company that works under Live Nation, and so whenever like the Garden or Fenway or like name a Live Nation venue, whenever they need staff, they're like, "All right, we got you," and then I show up.
Gotcha. That makes sense. So you always just be told where to go and everything like that. You're not actually like your concrete schedule.
Yeah, but I will say TD Garden, Fenway Park, and House of Blues are absolutely, without a doubt, hands down, the greatest venues to work for.
Good to know.
Yeah, see, good to know. Gunner, if you need a job, you go down to House of Blues, put our names down.
I got you.
Because we used to work there. We used to work there, so we'll be like, yo, Gunner, man, you use us as reference, man. You can get in the door.
I got you. We both got you.
We got you. And more importantly, just do security, bro. Don't work if you're cool with working overnight, doing the cleaning, then you're fine with that. But if you do security, you can get out on time.
Do security.
Do security. If I were you,
I'm big
do
security enough.
I mean, I'll be honest, and this is me being generous, more than generous by like a lot, actually. It's like, fuck, I shouldn't say this because if anyone I know watches, we might lose, they might cut our pay. But 90% of that shit is you're just kind of just standing there. And then 10% of that shit is like something actually happening. And again, that's me being generous with the percentage. It's more like 5%. Maybe.
Depends on what type of concert that like it is too.
If you like country, you're not gonna like it after you work one.
If you like punk rock and that type of shit, it's gonna be a messy aftermath.
Yep. EDM makes me want to die.
Concerts, you'll get like a lot of like vape smoking in there and that type of shit.
EDM, bro. I already like. I don't want to get too far into a tangent because this isn't wrestling related. But you remember the days when we were cleaning? I was working a show. I think it was Marshmallow, and I saw this. I always knew that it was kind of weird to see a white woman with dreads, but I was like, oh, they look pretty. So I'm sweeping up some shit, and there's a white girl with dreads just dancing, swinging around. I got flapped in the fucking face, and it left a grease smear on my face, and I almost lost my mind. I scrubbed my face for 20 fucking minutes. I was so pissed.
Don't bring back those days where we had to clean up some of those bathrooms, and some people were just so nasty, bro. They left fucking tampons in that fucking bitch, bro. And we had to go in there and fucking clean that. I was like, yo, y'all better be up and I fucking pay for this.
Yo, Blackheart, I told you this story before, but I'm gonna ask you both this question. One of the worst cleaning experiences, I guess not worst in like the scale of what it was, but worst as in I still think about it to this day. It was Cypress Hill on Halloween night. Cypress Hill, Halloween night, House of Blues. I go into the bathroom with my broom and dust pail. I look down on the ground, and there's a diaper rolled up, and two things flash through my mind, and I don't know which is worse, and that's the question to you both. Which one is worse? Either some guy knew that he was going to be so fucked up that he wore a diaper, or someone brought a baby to a Cypress Hill show on Halloween. Which is worse?
I probably would say the second one. I probably would say the second one probably was a sufficeable choice.
Yeah.
Because if you are an adult with a diaper, that must mean you are mentally tapped and someone was there to actually help you change you.
And then left it on the floor.
And then left it on the fucking floor. Fucking disgusting.
Gunner, what do you think?
I don't know. That's nuts.
So I cut out for a minute. What was the other option?
So, like I said, either some guy goes so fucked up that he knew he had to wear a diaper, or Someone brought a baby to a Cypress Hill show on Halloween.
I feel like bringing a baby to a Cypress Hill is worse, but at the same time,
But
I don't know, bro.
which do y'all think is more likely?
More likely, I feel like
definitely bring the
somebody
baby.
brought the kid.
Yeah, I would definitely say the baby. The baby.
Oh,
No, for real. Because listen, all right, listen. If that type of concert allows you to have kids in there, then most definitely I can see that baby doing that.
I don't know if it was 18 plus, but if it wasn't, that's crazy to me.
Okay. All right, man. Before we go any deeper into shitty diapers leaving at a fucking unrespectable job, let's just move forward from this before I gotta call the cops on them.
Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police!
I love
Speaking
that.
of which, Nekro, we are back with another pitch match of the week.
Oh, it's time.
Yes,
It's time.
It's time.
Now, y'all know me. Still the same OG. I've been low-key hated on by most of these fellows with no cheese. But I absolutely despise Cody Rhodes. I think he's a fucking boring talent. I've always thought he was boring. So that goes straight into what we're going to say now. I never cared for Drew McIntyre for at least the last 4 years, but at the very least, this man puts in the fucking work. Why does he keep getting shit opportunities like this? Why do they keep fucking with him? I'm a huge CM Punk guy, and when he started going after CM Punk, that was when I kind of, the Toy Story 2 scene where he drops Woody and says, I don't want to play with you anymore. That once he went after CM Punk, that's how it was with me and Drew. So how are you doing this to him again, bro? You embarrassed him at WrestleMania 40. I don't even remember what happened last year. And then right before WrestleMania against Randall Keith fucking Orton, which would have been a great match. I know they're probably going to do the triple threat. That's more than likely, but you still didn't have to fucking cuck him over on fucking Friday Night SmackDown because of what? He did the same exact shit that Seth Rollins did the year before and the 20 minutes earlier. I'm so tired of it. I'm not even a Drew fan, but he keeps putting in the effort. He goes up against every person that they tell him to go up. He's willing to do comedy spots. He's willing to be the butt of the joke. He's willing to be serious. He's willing to be the bad guy. I have to give credit to someone putting in the effort, and the effort doesn't get the payout it deserves. Yeah, he had the WWE Universal Championship. That's great. But look at how it fucking ended. What about the WrestleMania 40? He got the belt on paper, held it for 5 minutes. That's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And I think he deserves more. And honestly, if it does come down to a triple threat, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I want to see Randy get his 15th. Was it 15th or 16th? One of the two.
15th.
I want to see him get that. I really do. So, but if it isn't him, then I want it to be Drew, because Drew deserves it.
Okay. So to piggyback off you real quick, I don't think they're gonna go with the triple threat. I think they had their heart set on just Cody and Randy because of the legacy story that they started way back then and shit. They what, like 2009, 2010? I think like this time.
Something around there, yeah.
This was already like 15 years brew over that they could try to utilize. I get that, but I do see. I know some people, they may go against me on this. Cody needs to turn heel. If he turns heel on Randy on WrestleMania, either you drop the title or he still retains it. You gotta turn heel at some point, like, because that whole babyface thing right now is starting to give me the Hulk Hogan WCW 95-96 vibes, where it's getting stale. You're getting booed. So now, what do you have to do? You gotta turn heel. Hogan didn't want to do it at first. People talked him into it. Eric Bischoff, Kevin Sullivan talked him into turning heel. If it wasn't for those two getting into his head and saying, yo, you need to turn heel, otherwise we gotta have to go with Sting. Sting didn't want to do it, so thank God that he fucking declined. And Hogan was like, you know what? I'll do it. Because he saw the writing on the wall. this is a similar shit right here when it comes to Drew and Cody. Drew, because of just like you said, this stemmed from before when the COVID era had happened, where he won the title with no fans. That was the start. And everything that, like you said, later on, the CM Punk thing, him dropping it to people, blah, 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 never really gotten the chance. He was always the transitional champion. I totally agree with you on that. He deserves a lot better. He deserved a lengthy run. As you gave Cody, you give CM Punk and all those other people that you're probably saying is kissing ass backstage. And then, hey, if I'm lying, tell me that, hey, if I'm lying, tell me that something that I don't know. But it feels like that right now, as we just see AJ win the Intercontinental Championship from Becky Lynch. Even some people are saying that, oh, Becky's still hurt. I'm like, no. CM Punk is still weaving his magic by there, but being the good law-abiding citizen to get what the fuck that he wants. Cody too, but at the same time, I think Cody is not like a CM Punk that's going to be vocal about that. Cody's going to be like, no, if it comes to me, cool. And I think what they're doing this for him for is because of his father. Because he helped a lot of people out backstage. He helped a lot of people that work in backstage that got trained by him that still wrestles to this very day. I think they just making sure, we giving him a timely, lengthy being on the top of the card for X amount of time. And then after a certain time period, you're going to start getting debunked down into the Intercontinental Championship bracket or being a runner-up to something, whatever, or being into a tag team. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, damn, Cody, like, what the fuck happened? That derailment, when you're on top for too long, what comes up must come down. Drew McIntyre, I honestly said to you before, I said they should have made this thing into a fatal four-way for WrestleMania, got Jacob in there, got Randy, got Cody, and got Drew. That would have been the perfect thing for you to do. But they didn't pull the trigger with that because they decided to let Jacob to snatch the chair. And I stopped him for trying to cheat. So that gives Drew a reason to go after Jacob. And that's how you're going to get that one-on-one match. So they already put me to that fucking direction anyway. So as much as I didn't like that angle too, I do agree with you. It sucked. And I just think that Cody gotta turn heel. He has to. Otherwise, you're going to fuck up your run. You got to know when to adapt and change. If you can do it in AEW, why can't you do it here?
I just hope he does it.
Anything. They might pull a John Cena with Cody where they'll let the boos keep going and just let him stay babyface.
Let's go, Cody. Cody sucks.
I just hope that if he turns it, he turns in defeat. That's my only thing. I just hope if he turns, he turns in defeat.
Here, would you rather do the "Let's go, Cody, Cody sucks" chant, or would you just boo him?
Boo him. But yes,
would you rather a mixed reaction for Cody, or would you want a boo reaction for Cody?
Oh, the children will never boo Cody.
Yeah,
you might never fucking know, bro. Don't insult your fans. Don't insult the intelligence of your fans, especially if those fans are kids and their parents are wrestling fans. That parent is going to sit that kid down and tell them what's real and what's not.
I wouldn't say he's getting Super Cena levels, but he's slowly getting rising to that. He will one day.
Yes. You do need the Ring of Honor heel Cody. You need the Cody that got to dye his hair all black, wear black clothes and shit. You got
damn, dude.
It's such a Cody back. If I'm Triple H, if I'm doing my research on the heel Cody for what he did in Lucha Underground, TNA, and everything else, bring that motherfucker in, please. I would want that. We all need that. We all need to have that some balance of power shift. Shout out to Jaylen Brown for that quote. The balance of power has shifted. We need that in WWE. There needs to be a shift in power.
It sucks that Ted DiBiase Jr. can't be a part of this.
Which sucks. Which is fucking terrible. And yeah, he's about to be locked up for 30 to 40 years.
Yeah, he is.
He ain't coming the fuck back home.
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't
coming the fuck back home at all. Man.
We ain't gonna see him for a while.
Yeah, man. He pulled a politician move, but he's not a politician. If he was a politician, he probably got a fucking sentence. Let me just say that much. Let me just be the loudest mouth in the motherfucking room. And we seen how
that was the name I was expecting to hear today.
Yeah, like fuck all that. You locked away for 44 fucking years because you did the Bret Hart because you did what Bret Favre did. And yet Bret Hart has not been arrested yet. Why is that? Hey, I'm just saying. They're picking and choosing who they want to charge.
I agree.
Like, bro.
I want to go off of what Nick said with WrestleMania this year, because I was actually shocked that Cody did win, because I figured it was going to be Drew the champ, Cody, and Randy for WrestleMania. But now that Cody won, I actually agree with Nick. I think I want to see Randy become 15, because think about this. Think how glorious it would be for Cena 17, Flair 16, Orton 15, Hunter 14.
Damn.
You look at that. Oh my God, dude, that's a chef kiss moment.
Glorious.
But I definitely would not even right now. I wouldn't even touch a triple threat or a fatal 4-way. I would just leave it as Cody and Orton and pray to God that Orton gets that 15 because of that lineage. Because that's just a beautiful. That's gonna make a great like 8x10 custom 8x10 for fans and shit like that. It's gonna go crazy on the autograph market. It's gonna go crazy for WWE to make all their posters and all that for it. So I think that they should just leave Drew out of this for now. If Drew had,
they treat this like if Cody does the heel turn and he does it in like a Hogan-esque way, he can get the fuck over fast that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you do mediocre, people is not gonna get the fuck behind it, and that's what we just saw with the John Cena run, and that's how they pivot so fast after like 4 months and turn back into a face.
Can we talk about this weird perception? It's not a lot of people, but I've been getting this weird perception from people that it's like they were surprised that Randy Orton won, as if Randy Orton, to me at least, has always and will always, doesn't matter how old he is, doesn't matter if this was even the beginning of his career, he was a main event talent and will always be a main event talent, will always be a main event draw.
Yes.
And as far as like in ring and like kayfabe wise, he will always have that factor. He will what's the word I'm looking for? Always fear the Viper, essentially. He will always be up there.
I think Randy.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
I would definitely agree with Nekro.
Oh no, man, go for it.
I think Randy right now is in the Undertaker spot where, in case of emergency, break glass.
Yep. 100%.
But he's, like you said, he's always going to be that main event talent. He's always going to be that guy for the brand right now. But I think he's the Undertaker right now.
Wait, are you saying he's the barrier now? Because just like you said about the Undertaker, right? Till the very end, Undertaker was only good for bad appearances and shit like that, right? You only needed him to only do certain things, not everything. But he didn't have to
viable. That was the word. Viable. He is always a viable option for the main event. That's how I see him.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get at. Like, if you needed that main event talent to get somebody over, or just to have that big rivalry, I think Randy's being that guy right now.
Always.
So basically, he's the Stone Cold-esque, Undertaker-esque, later on down the line speech where it's going to be within the fuck that we call you, or I would say in another retrospect, a John Moxley, who's been the dependable person in AEW ever since he went the fuck there. Anything that Tony Khan needed from him, he gave it to him. If he had to take his vacation short to come back to do something, he's going to do it. And I think that's pretty much what Randy is leaning towards that direction right there. It's only, I think it would be smart for them to put the title on Randy. Cody turns heel. Now the balance have reshifted. Now we're going to see some new pieces being moved the fuck around that can give somebody who hasn't been utilized that opportunity to get utilized. So I'm hoping for that. That this opens up more doors for people to get the fuck involved. That's it.
Yeah.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
Yeah. I think that we're done with this then. Okay.
I think so.
All right. So we're gonna cool our jets for like a little minute. We're gonna come back at the commercial break. We got A Wrestler's Life, the phenomenal AJ Styles, who just officially retired at Atlanta, Georgia, just like a few weeks back. But now he is one of the headliners for the WWE Hall of Fame. And actually, isn't he could be the first one to get TNA, WWE's Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, and New Japan Hall of Fames?
I believe so. Unless
if he does, then he's a class of his own. And then we're going to do ground ideas to end the show. So stick around. Me, Gunner, and Nekro will be back momentarily.
Come on, Jacob. Calling Gordon. Calling Captain James Gordon.
Has a somewhat looser feel to it.
Yeah, it's got an almost improvisational tone.
Wise king used to say that when the opportunity presents itself, you grab him by the throat and shake it until it gives you what you want. But the big dog.
Who keeps doing that?
That's twice now.
Right. And this thing is not even supposed to be this motherfucking short. Like, what the fuck is going on? StreamYard's fucking with us because this is not only been numerous times that this happened, the girls having fucking audio issues and shit, and then we just started having our issues on Friday night. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. But StreamYard, you got a lot of work to do.
Update your software, boys.
I don't know what the hell's going on. But folks,
due to Blackheart's request, I have changed. I now am wearing a wrestling shirt, but now I have a question for the boys.
Wait. I did not say no request. I didn't say nothing about that.
All right, due to his protesting, but I have a question for you boys.
wasn't, bro. I was just shocked about you was actually rocking a jersey because usually every time when I saw you, you always had either a wrestling shirt or you had a rock and roll shirt on. So I was like,
That's fair. I like sport. I like sports, but now I have a crazy question for you and the folks watching at home. You guys can guess too. So what I'm wearing right now is one of those old school in quotes. Whenever you go to a wrestling live event, you get one of those "I was there" shirts. But obviously, over the years, people leave. So I'm going to give you a look at this shirt, and you tell me what year you think it's from. Take a look. There's some very noticeable non-WWE wrestlers specifically up here at the top.
2023?
Close. Very close. Yes, sir.
Okay. Because when I saw that Cody in that CM Punk image, I was like, no, that gotta be something that was just recently, like a couple years ago. So it had been one of those years.
Quick with it.
Well, I wasn't. Well, shit, I didn't get a motherfucking shirt. Fuck
my
me.
shiz.
But folks, we're gonna dig into a wrestler's life to someone that is near and dear to a lot of fans' heart, to a lot of talents' heart, still to this very day. And now he's going to become a trainer backstage in WWE, aka the phenomenal one, AJ freaking Styles. Now, for some people that can fill in the blanks for me, AJ Styles has not only been through multiple companies, he started his career, his first ever televised career in WCW. Then he progressed over to TNA, where he was their face that runs the place for so long until he ended up leaving in 2015, 2016. But before he even done that, he done stints in New Japan as well. He was the undisputed leader of the Bullet Club. And then we all know, we fast forward to 2016 Royal Rumble, where he came out as number 3 in the Royal Rumble, outlasted over an hour. Then we see the uprise of his stock go up, where he won against John Cena. He won the World Heavyweight title, Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, and Tag Team Championship numerous times. Now, as we just seen just recently, he just retired. His last retirement match was actually at Saudi Arabia against Gunther. And when they came back to Atlanta, I think 2 weeks later, he finally got in the rub and he got in the nod from my favorite person, The Undertaker, and to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Not only that, he's also in the Hall of Fame in TNA as well. We have not gotten word about New Japan or the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame that's in Cleveland, Ohio. There's still 2 more Hall of Fames that need to get the chance to get this man in there, and he will be the first time being in the Hall of Fame for all 3 major promotions and 1 actual Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. So kudos to AJ Styles. He had a phenomenal run ever since he was 18 years old. 18 years old, he started his journey. And now we see him as a mid-40s man, now officially getting his comeuppance, and now he's transitioning backstage into a trainer role for WWE after he signed a new deal to stay with the company. Instead of him going to anywhere else, he had made it known on the podcast a little after a week later that he still has neck issues. That's the only reason why he didn't go to anywhere else. He just said, nope, I want to stay right here and become a trainer, because he said he wants to pass down the training to the next group of superstars coming into those doors. So, I know some people they're gonna cry about this, but I can't, for me, because I didn't grow up watching AJ like all my life, how like I seen like any other people, but I do give my hat off to him because of how I saw him at TNA. I said this guy should have been number fucking 1, but when y'all Brian Hogan, y'all Brian McFoley, Sting, and all of the people, I said y'all doing the WWE syndrome, and this is gonna end up bad. And you know, that ended up happening the way that it did, but I'm happy that he got to refurbish and regroup when WWE and had phenomenal matches with people. Some of our dream matches came true. Other ones did not come true. And there's still probably a few that we still kind of want to see, especially him versus Will Ospreay, but we're never going to get that now. But,
yeah, that's never going to happen.
But at least for the time being, we got what we came for when it came to AJ Styles. That's just me talking. So I come up in AJ. I tip on my cap off. My bald head is showing. Yes. And hoping that you don't go bald too. Keep your hair. Keep the soccer mom hair, please.
Keep the hair, brother.
Keep the hair, please. Don't do what everyone else is doing and start shaving their head after their career.
It is a gorgeous set of hair.
Still keep it. Keep the hair, AJ, please.
Everyone remembers where they were the first time they saw bald Shawn Michaels.
Oh, God.
I was home, probably smoking a blunt, watching that goddamn fucking Crown Jewel fucking event, and I asked myself, this is bad. I'm like, this is when you know we're getting old. We're getting old, folks. The person that you once seen as a kid, and as you're an adult watching him as an adult, it's not the same.
Not the same guy. I don't
Not
believe
the
it.
same. And be like, Jesus Christ, be like, what the fuck happened?
In that moment when I saw him bald for the first time, I realized that's not Shawn Michaels anymore. That's Michael Shawn Hickenbottom.
It's a clone.
Also on point without even trying. I just grabbed whatever shirt was on top. Still somehow on brand. We got AJ in there. We're on brand, baby.
I purposely grabbed an AJ Styles shirt because I knew we were going to talk about AJ tonight. I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear the best one I got out of my t-shirt collection. So
P1.
I don't got the gloves, but
if they don't want none, nope. They don't want none, nope. I wonder who the hell was actually rapping that bar. And I want to know who actually made that song because I got some questions. And I'm like, hey, yo, listen. If you can get us a country guy rapping that shit, I'd be the fuck behind it. I don't know. I got some serious questions.
I just want one more TNA match.
I want to see AJ actually like get his Twitch channel back up. I want him to see him going rebuilding his his video game collection and shit. Like because we like seeing stuff like that from people who are done with wrestling, but they still keep in touch with the fans. This is your way for you to do it too, and then you can still make money sitting the fuck at home playing video games. Do that, easy money.
I don't think he's a hateful person in any way, shape, or form. But whenever I think of AJ Styles, for some reason, before I even think of his in-ring, before I think of the titles, before I think of anything, I just think of that radio interview when someone calls in and they go like, "Hey, so AJ, what do you think about your fan base in the gay community?" And he goes, "The gay community." It's just, it makes me cry every time I hear it. It's so funny.
Damn.
And to anyone that's listening, I'm a part of the Alphabet Mafia, so don't get offended. I can say these things.
Actually, good to know that now.
Yes, sir. I'm a strong B in the alphabet.
Bitch.
No.
I say like, damn, okay.
Brothers and sisters, are you with me?
If we're going down the list of letters in the LGBTQ, I land in the B, is what I'm saying.
Plus.
But yeah, so I can make those jokes. So I'm watching you comment section.
I don't think you're gonna get none of that in there. Not right now.
yeah, I think you're safe.
I think you're
Cool.
safe.
I think
Who's awake at 12 in the afternoon?
I mean, on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
You mean y'all motherfuckers should be in church?
I was just
I was gonna say they're probably like, hey, they're in church right now.
Pray to your Lord today. Okay?
I was just gonna say that shit.
We're the hooligans that are not going to church.
Well,
I'm out.
Well, I'm a snake, so if you know what that S is, that just means a line just goes vertical. That's it, not horizontal.
Fucking A. But yeah, the gay community.
But kudos to AJ Styles. Kudos to AJ Styles. He did his retirement. He had a phenomenal career, and you know, we are next time that we see him is walking across that stage. So, you know, close to him.
I cannot wait for that speech. There's a few guys that over the years I'm like, ooh, I cannot wait to hear what he's got to say. AJ's one of those guys right now where I'm like, ooh, I need to hear what stories he's gonna tell that he hasn't told. You know what I mean?
Right. It was like when The Undertaker retired. You just let all that kayfabe shit go.
Oh my god, when the Undertaker speech, I know it was like a TED Talk, but it was one of the greatest Hall of Fame speeches I've ever seen.
I do gotta say though,
I cried too.
Hey, Blackheart, maybe you were there, but Survivor Series years ago when it was at the Garden, they did the One Dead Man show, and it was like $100 just to stand at the bar.
I was there. No, I was there.
That was
I wanted
ass,
to
man.
see.
No,
was not.
it was a great fucking. No.
Nah, he said the same shit that you could find in interviews. There was like nothing new.
Wait. Whoa. Okay, wait. Time out. I was there. All right.
I was also there.
This was around the time that I was grieving my sister's passing, and those tickets were given to me
from
a family friend. So I didn't want to go. She convinced me to go. So if I never would have went, I never would have got to experience that. And I took my cousin with me because he was one a long time ago. He was a young wrestling fan, just like all of us was. He got out of it after Eddie Guerrero died and that type of shit. Like, he was maturing, he was into sports now. So yeah. I understood that. But he came with me only because that he knew that, number one, I was an Undertaker fan. First and foremost. Number two, he knew that I was still a wrestling fan as a grown-ass man. And number three, I was still grieving. So he didn't want me to go on by myself and being like, what if something happens to him? So he went with me. But that day, that night, the whole experience was dope. Because one, we never been in that big night live venue at all. That was our first time. So
I do hate that place. I'm gonna be honest.
So I understood that. I burnt myself somehow, some way that night. I don't know how the fuck it even happened, but it did. But just when he came out and just talked to people, and he gave us the podium, and we asked him questions, and he answered them. So it's like, oh shit. I was trying to get him to pay attention to me, but I was in like the dark side of the corridor where there was like that much lights over there and shit like that, and it was like the couches were over there. I was over there in that area, so he didn't see me from afar. So I was like, maybe it was.
See, you had I'm so sorry for your loss, man. But at the same time, from my perspective, from where I was, from how I got there, I spent over $100 just to be on the outer layer, like where the bar was, like and wrapped around. Like that was where I was allowed to be for $100.
Right hand side where that wall was.
Yeah. I know where you were. Oh yeah, I know where you were 100%. I also hate Big Night Live as a venue. I'm gonna just throw that out there. I think it's a terrible place to see music. I'm not saying for like whatever Undertaker thing was, but like to see music. But to spend $100 to be on the outer layer already set it up bad. And then to me, because we also weren't allowed to go ask the questions. That was for the people that were sitting in y'all's section. Not only that, but a lot of the stories that he told, except for like a lot of answers to questions, where a lot of shit you could see like in interviews up to that point. So I felt like I kind of wasted money. And I know this isn't really his issue. This is probably a WWE issue of when I was buying the tickets in general. The shit that they were offering also put like a sour taste in my mouth. Like, why the fuck am I going to pay $5,000 to not even get a picture with him just to go up on stage and have a shot of his choice? Hell no, I'm not going up there to drink a $5,000 shot of Maker's Mark.
Yeah, that I totally understand. I would not want to pay $5,000 just to do that. I would be like, yo, listen, which one of these cars is his, or which one of these cars that he's going to pull up. We could have asked one of our boys who's working the parking lot, man, yo, which one of them is Undertaker's car? And
absolutely.
Just chilled around there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Boom. If I would pull out my tattoo, you got a tattoo of me? Can I get a picture with you? Sure. I would have gotten it that way for free.
Yeah. Oh, but see, in your instance, though, like how you ended up being there, the set of circumstances, the spot that you were in, like.
Yeah. And
I mean, obviously, Undertaker means a lot to me, too, but he doesn't, like, I love the Undertaker, but he clearly means more to you than he does to me. So that experience, I'm glad that you got to have that. But from my experience at that, it wasn't worth the money I spent.
I know. I understand that. I mean, you paid for yours. I got mine as a gift. So it was a different thing.
I had to miss out to that show. I couldn't swing the tickets at the time because I was already paying a shit ton for Survivor Series that year. I was like,
no, it's Survivor Series. Me and Deuce's tickets were actually, me and Fast's tickets with me was actually pretty reasonable, to be honest. Because we didn't pay that much. Because I went to StubHub to get my tickets from there. So I got from there. Instead of me going the regular way how other people did. I was like, y'all stupid for that. I was like, And since I
went through Ticketmaster, so it was a lot more of that.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna just go right on my account. Boom, boom. Let me just check this out real quick. And
me and a homie went
3 days. And then I wait a few more days until it starts getting lower. And like, perfect. Bang. And I remember getting the tickets like literally like I think like the week and a half before. So it was like a little after my sister died. Like it was literally like maybe like the week after. Because her burial was literally really that Monday. So whatever that Survivor Series was that Saturday, 2 days later was my sister's funeral. I remember that time
I'm so
period.
sorry, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
All right, buddy.
Uncle Fast took me out, and I bought his ticket. I was like, "Yo, just come with me. I'll buy you a ticket." He's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Positive. I'll buy it myself right now."
How much did you spend? Because I'm curious.
Like two and some change. So it was like $1 something for like a large seat.
Me and a homie got like not the floor, but like lower bowl, like around by the corner. I think it was like 120 each.
Yeah, I think mine was like 125. I think it was plus the tax.
I paid a little bit more. I think I was
260 something I paid, or 270 something I paid.
Remember those days?
I can't remember what I paid for.
You know what I mean? But that was also the night, Gunner, as I told you in the chat, was the night that I drunk that moonshine.
I'm gonna get you to drink more moonshine there.
That's why I said I don't remember shit about that fucking night besides me going to the merch store, buying those shirts. I watched them. I remember the main event, but the other matches, no recollection.
It felt like a glorified house show, so you didn't really miss much.
So I don't even fucking even remember because my memory was bad.
I mean,
this is not existent.
Going
I
off
don't know. Like, I sincerely do not know what the fuck happened. And then Fast couldn't sit in the seat, so he had to go to another section. He had to go to guest services, and they put him somewhere else where he was comfortable. So I was by myself when all that happened. You know what I mean? So when after the show, I had to go and find him and shit.
Going off of me and Blackheart's thing though, not so much you because you paid more than we did. Don't you miss those days where you could get that close for not a testicle?
Yeah.
That same seat, especially for like something, not even just a pay-per-view, but that same seat that I had for a big four like Survivor Series now, minimum 400. I couldn't see it any less than that.
I think if I really think on it, I think I paid like over 6, but I was paying for 3 tickets and I got my money back from my boys that I was with. But I think, yeah. So I was paying for 3 tickets and we got, I think I put it in our group chat where I was sitting and they were decent seats. They were not horrible seats. But yeah, I think I paid like $200 per ticket for those 3 tickets or something like that.
For $600, if it was $600 for one seat, I'd say that shit better come with a decrepit hand job from Linda McMahon.
It's like this, right? If you buy tickets in bulk, it probably would be cheaper. Then you buy it solo separately and say, "Yo, 1 ticket here or 2 tickets." But if you buy one first and then buy the other one afterwards, it's like almost parallel to each other's.
Yeah. Ticketmaster sucks.
KB, no one's gonna be fucking paying. No, and KB brought this to my attention yesterday that there's really like for floor seats right now is $90,000 for 2 seats. For 2 seats.
No one would do with $90,000.
Not two nights for 2.
Fucking put a down payment on a house.
This house would be fully repaired, fully restored. There would be an addition to this house started. Like this, yeah.
Times that shit for 2 nights. $180,000.
Oh, sorry, honey. I know we had to put a down payment on a mortgage for a house, but WrestleMania tickets just went on sale.
Fucking unbelievable, bro.
My car would have been paid off. Like, if I had $90K right now, I'd pay my car off.
OnlyFans, they made that type of cash. Whatever, you know.
My year of rent.
We can't pay for that.
$90K, I'd pay off my year of rent right now. Actually, I'd pay off the next 3 years right now.
Shit, I'll pay for the next like 5 years with that money.
Right?
5 years worth, I'd be like, I don't gotta pay for shit for five fucking years. I'm good.
That means I could just stack my own money for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean I can stack my money for 5 years and I can fucking be in the best situation and shit. Not have to worry about it. That'd be fucking lovely. Fucking lovely. But Jesus Christ.
Not as lovely as AJ Styles' hair, though.
Oh, yeah. That's what we were supposed to be talking about. Shit.
Yeah. That's why I circled back.
We went down a whole tangent.
Anything about AJ Styles?
I think we said what needed to be.
What was the first time you guys saw AJ? Like, what was your first memory with AJ, other than maybe the Rumble debut?
Me, it would have to be when back in the day when Comcast was still like the big thing back then back in our day in New England and shit. That was our cable box. So they had the on-demand feature and shit. TNA had just started putting up like segments of weekly episodes up on it and that type of shit. You have to like go in and really find it. And I was bored one day, stumbling through it. I see AJ Styles versus who was it? Kurt Angle on the Impact show, and I was like, whoa, Kurt Angle's there? Like, the fuck did I miss? But I know nothing about TNA, but that's my first introduction to it, and that's what AJ came into play. And I just seen how the fuck he wrestled. It's like, oh, my ears perked up, and I was like, they don't make people like that. Like, who is this kid? Boom, boom, boom. So then maybe got into it, and I saw Abyss and shit like that. I laughed, but I was like, that's a Mankind and the King had a baby, and that's what the hell you got? Made me even more interested. It's like, okay, what is TNA? That's how I started kind of that journey and shit before, him jumping ship to WWE. But I did not know about the New Japan stuff until way later on when I was a full-blown adult and done research and shit. That's when I found out more about him. I'm like, okay.
That's kind of similar how I found AJ. I found AJ one random Thursday night in 2011, I think it was, and I saw the whole Dixie Carter. I saw a comment that Dixie won't be at the Hall of Fame. Dude, Dixie Carter would wouldn't roll out of bed to go to WWE. She hates them for all I know. But I saw that whole Dixie Carter love affair thing with AJ, and I'm just like, I don't care about this, but who the hell's this AJ Styles guy?
Damn, is that when y'all found TNA? Because going by y'all's stories, it sounds like I fucking watched TNA way before. Because I stumbled on it when I was like a fucking small child. Because I was dumb and ignorant and thought, oh, WWE is the only wrestling that's around. And then I saw a 6-sided ring and was like, what is that?
It was just something that, for me, I didn't know that it was even on fucking TNA at the time. I didn't know that until when, like I said, if you went on demand back in the day on the Comcast cable box, that's how you found it. And that's when they started like promoting that, oh, it's on this day at this time on this channel. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I can find something for me else to watch on that night. That's how it kind of got me into start paying attention. I'm like, okay, WWE.
See that old cable box. I don't know if yours did, but I had DVR and I made sure I DVR'd every TNA possible. But as for Gunner, really quick, fucking Dixie Carter, how late did you join, brother?
Dude, like I said, I started watching TNA back in 2011, I think it was. So I saw this is how I timeline it. I saw the love affair angle with AJ. I saw the start of Aces of Spades, Aces and Eights, whatever the hell they are.
Aces and Eights, baby.
I saw Joker Sting and the tail end of Kurt Angle's TNA career. So that's where I started watching TNA.
That's crazy, dude. I watched
up until that point. I honestly had no idea TNA was a thing. I knew Ring of Honor. I knew New Japan. Had no way of knowing how to watch them at the time. So really, all I was watching was WWE as a kid until one random Thursday night. I'm flipping through. I had DirecTVs. I don't know if that makes me more bougie than you guys, but I was flipping through the channels one and I saw our TNA Wrestling Impact, whatever it was, and I was just like, what's this? Click. Oh, the AJ Styles love affair and all that. I'm like, there's another wrestling promotion on TV?
To give you a perspective, because I can't give you a definitive time when I first started seeing TNA, because I was a literal child. But I can for sure tell you it was a long time. I knew of and watched TNA long before the Chris Benoit situation. I could tell you that much. At least a year or so before the Chris Benoit situation. So that had to be what? 2005, 2004?
2005. No, the Chris Benoit thing was 2007, so
So probably around like 2005 or 2006. Between 2004 to 2006 was when I first watched TNA.
Yeah, I had no idea TNA was a thing at that time. I only knew WWE. Like I said, I knew knew what Reign of Honor was. I knew what New Japan was. I just didn't know how to watch them at the time, other than maybe get DVDs. But I had no way of getting DVDs. I didn't have my own money at the time. I was a kid.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, real quick to what KB said, I'm definitely going to be watching that later. The AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe triple threat at Unbreakable 05. That sounds like a fucking barn burner.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Too many good matches from AJ from there to New Japan. But there was a good few for him, and the movies, of course.
What do you think of the cinematic match? I mean, they like to poster it as one of the best matches that AJ and Undertaker ever had, but a lot of people like to think that it was just hokey and they should have had a regular match. So what do y'all think?
I liked it. I really thought it was good. And same with the Firefly Funhouse match. I thought both of them, for what we had to deal with during COVID, I thought they were really fun and really awesome. I want to go as far as say for AJ and Undertaker, a top 5 match. I want to go that far, but it was definitely for what we had to get out of the Undertaker and AJ at that time. I think it worked. I think it was fun. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people probably don't like the cinematic match that much, but I thought it was amazing. Like Eric just said.
It was
Eric is still in here.
It was good. It was good for his time because of the situation at hand. Now, if everything was kind of like they was able to kind of like cheat us off and everything like that, yeah. But I just felt like maybe it was because of the Undertaker's physique and body at that time period. Said that maybe he couldn't go the way how like he once could have, and probably didn't want to disappoint the fans and Vince to give like a mediocre match, especially against AJ Styles. Like they went with this route to play safe, but it worked in their favor. And
I think he just came out on his podcast saying like
it just worked for the time period. Now, trash ass matches like Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders and shit, and that whole Akira Tozawa fucking motorcycle fucking parking lot scene came in. I'm like, okay, you should not have done this. Choose wisely how and who you do the cinematic matches with. Is all I would say.
Yes. So. I know we brought it up earlier with Danhausen. I wouldn't be surprised if Danhausen gets a cinematic match in the near future.
Tally is everywhere. I haven't seen this motherfucker in a while. What's up, Pip? Why they get Tally's in the building?
Everyone's coming through the woodworks today.
Hey.
Also, I love that we're still getting input from the host man, Eric, even though he can't physically be here.
He's okay. Oh man. Eric was like, I tell you, he was 19 when that happened. Shit. I don't know how, I was probably 13 when that shit happened, I guess. 13 or 14, whichever one of those years were. I was definitely about to go into high school. Or I was probably a freshman in high school when I found TNA. So probably 2004, 2005.
Golden era.
I think it was that time period. So I'll say that for me.
Gunner, because you joined late as fuck. Did they still have the 6-sided ring when you joined?
I believe they did. I don't think they swapped to the 4-sided ring yet. I would have to look back on that. I think it was still the 6-sided ring.
People do forget though. TNA started with the 4-sided, then they went to the 6-sided, and then they said, "Fuck that, we're going back to the 4-sided."
I'm gonna have to look at this after the show and come back to you in the group chat. I'm pretty sure it was the 6-sided ring when I started watching TNA.
I can't believe you actually saw it. You said Dixie Carter, so that made me think of Hulk Hogan. I can't imagine.
Because they didn't change it to when Hogan and Bischoff came into play. That was like what, 2009, 2010?
Yes. If you started, dude, I couldn't imagine you start fighting TNA, seeing the Hulk Hogan Dixie Carter situation. Like if that was like your first impression of TNA, and then continuing to watch it.
Honestly, dude, there was a lot of hokey shit at that time, but I guys like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Kurt Angle, who was arguably doing his best work in TNA. Like, that's what kept me going for a little bit. But then, yeah, it started getting a little too hokey for me. I bopped out of TNA for a little bit. I think I really started watching once they started partnering with AEW again. But I always had my eye on it. Like, I remember through the years with TNA, after I stopped watching consistently, I was still watching on, like, Instagram and all that, seeing the Broken Matt Hardy universe, the whole thing.
I thought Taker was doing it, KB.
Who should induct AJ Styles into the Hall of Fame?
I thought it was going to be Undertaker.
If we could get it to work and Tony Khan could get the stick out of his ass, Samoa Joe. If not Samoa Joe,
I would say Christopher Daniels should do it.
That'd be dope.
He's not even under contract anymore over there, so he's a free agent. So technically, he can make that call.
That would be dope.
Daniels,
actually,
maybe Abyss.
I mean, he is backstage.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
I think he might be the easier option, but
Kurt Angle.
There's a lot of options to who should induct AJ. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if it's his wife.
Hey, I think that would be the more sentimental way to do it. When you have your wife do it and you got that man crying, his eyes out and shit. Oh, gold. Do it like that. And his kid should be next to her.
Yes.
And they each take turns reading off like the same prompt, and like, you know what I'm saying? And they do it like that. Oh, AJ would probably be like,
AJ will be balling before he gets into the
like
podium.
This is all worth it. Like that, all the shit that I ever went through was worth it for that one moment right there.
I'd love to see it. Now that we got it into the ether, I would love to see it.
Have the family induct the talent. That's awesome. Great feeling.
Do you remember the fake cheating storyline?
Yeah, that's when I started watching TNA.
Oh my god!
What the love affair that I was saying, that's what I was talking about with AJ. Was that whole angle was when I started watching.
Oh my god!
What?
That was so. And you didn't change the channel?
Nope. Because I was
even
like,
when she brought out that baby doll,
going on?
Even when she brought out the baby doll, you were just like, "This is primetime television."
I would say it was. You gotta understand. 2011, I was maybe 13, maybe.
Fuck, how old are you?
27.
Fuck, I'm old as shit. I'm 30. Anyway,
sorry, buddy.
What do you mean? I'm older than both of y'all. I'm about to turn 36.
Don't worry about it.
Get out of here.
So yeah, you gotta give me a little slack there. I'm pre-teens going into my teens, going, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I would totally understand that now. I'm like, no.
No, yeah, it makes sense now.
Yeah,
it's just crazy that you stayed. It's just crazy that you kept watching. Is all.
Again, dumb 13-year-old. Let's say I was 13. I'm just like, all right, I gotta see what this is going on. And then, like I said, seeing Sting, because I didn't know Sting was still active at that time. I'm like, whoa, Sting's wrestling still? I thought he Gonzo.
Man, was TNA for a minute.
Yes.
Fooled us and shit. That's why. Fucking fooled us. But anyways. Well, what grinds your gears? What grinds your gears?
All right, we got to shorten that by like 10 seconds.
What grinds your gears?
Who wants to go first?
I guess whatever grinds my gears is this. I guess I said it before, and I'll say it again because some other wrestler just proved my point the other day. Just because a talent says actually inboxes you or whatever does not mean that you two are BFFs. Stop that, please. Stop with the fantasization, the disillusion of grandeur when it comes to people actually engaging conversation with you on social media. Just know that that person is trying to just be nice to you, say thank you, I appreciate it, but that's nothing more, nothing less to that, and that's that. Don't think that you're best buddies with some of these talent, bro, because they're not want to. Please stop harassing them about that, because I seen that happen again recently, just several days ago. And it proved my point that why sometimes you gotta have that bottom line and say this is unacceptable and that's frowned upon to what's okay. And some people do not know, and they cross some boundaries to the point where now these talent are going to start being more hostile towards you, because now you're giving them that uncomfortability vibe, and they're not safe. So, to the fans, please understand the blur of the line between art and reality. Do not blend these things, because that becomes a dangerous recipe. We've seen this happen plenty of times the fuck before. Even if it was storyline or not, but when it comes to the fans, thinking that they can jump over the barricade and try to go after someone, you will get your ass beat. If you ever try to attempt to come the fuck backstage, you will get your ass beat and dismissed and probably and more likely banned. But if you do make anyone feel uncomfortable to their liking and to some degree that is frowned upon, you're probably going to be dismissed and you're probably going to be banned. Same way. So please, all the wrestling fans, respect the talent, respect the staff, respect wrestling as a whole. The same way that you would not run in the middle of an NBA court to get involved in an ongoing basketball game, you should not do that in wrestling. If you don't jump over that barricade to fly all the way down to where the football players stand, you should not be doing that. Ever. Why you think that it's okay for you to do that in wrestling? To cross those boundaries? Just because of social media gives you the gateway to do it. No. There's certain unwritten rules that needs to be followed. This is one of them. That's what grinds my gears. The fickle fans that's taking it too far on engagement with the town.
I agree to that.
Yeah. Gunner, you want to
go? I really don't got nothing this week for my gears. I mean, I got some non-wrestling related stuff if you guys want to hear that, but other than wrestling related, I got nothing that's grinding my gears this week.
Go for it. Air your grievances.
All right. Here's a dumb grievance. Fast food chains. I'm gonna call you out on this because I was trying to get something when I had no money this week. Why do I got all these points and I can't get a decent meal out of them? Why can't I not use these points that you guys keep having us stock up on every time we do an order online or whatever? I can't use them for shit.
You got a point.
I can go. I was literally trying to get like a chicken sandwich or something from KFC this week, and going to get a chicken sandwich, going to get a fry and a drink for any of the thousands of points I have. We gotta fix this. For I think I can speak for all fat men right now. We need to get this fixed. Or as Chiz put it earlier, Fluffy.
5,000 Chipotle points for a fucking tortilla. Go fuck yourself.
Wow.
So that's what grind my gears. I wish I had something wrestling related, but I got nothing this week for that.
Oh no, I think that points thing was actually pretty accurate, because I did just experience that just the other day myself over here at Burger King. I swear it's the same thing. And I'm like, wait, hold on, bro, I should be getting these points already, but now it's my birthday month, so I get double the points. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just get my usual shit, whatever, double that up, whatever. I'll start saving things off later, whatever. It don't kick in an hour later after you do it. Usually they're like this. Like usually you get your like reward points like after like you place an order, and then they automatically put it on your account. Now, just basically added you 2 separate orders. I was like, I never had to do this shit before, but now we gotta have to do that just for me to keep using these points and shit, so I can be able to spend less money getting this food. But you want me to do it twice, which is stupid as hell. So I'm like, yo, do better with this motherfucking app and with my motherfucking points. So I was just thinking that too.
I do.
So I'm not the only one. I'm glad I know I'm not the only one.
I hate that like having an account for a fast food place is even a thing, especially if they're not really giving you much for having one to begin with. But not only that, I'm also willing to argue that fast food is wrestling related, not only just because of talent needing quick food on the way there, but look at the fans. Just look at us. We're definitely fast food related. It's fine. All
right.
Where's Duke at in all this?
I don't got Duke near me. I got the basic ones, KFC, all them.
Nah, man, I'd rather hit up Duke's Kitchen.
Duke's Uncle Fast will give you a nice list. Trust me on that one. They'll give you a fast list on places.
All right. You know what really grinds my gears? I'm gonna move forward from what I said last week because it just seems to get worse and worse. I haven't even purchased the game, and early access for 2K26 is active, and it, by all accounts, it looks like your run-of-the-mill standard fun wrestling game. But what bothers me is they changed the formula. What really grinds my gears, Lois, is they changed the formula. Instead of being able to buy the DLC and play the characters, I now have to buy the fucking season pass, Lois. I have to buy the season pass, and then I have to grind my balls off just so I can play as a fucking psycho clown. That really grinds my gears, Lois. When season 5 comes out and they drop the Danhausen DLC, I just want to put curses on people. I don't want to spend 20 hours, Lois. I don't want to spend 20 hours online and in the island just to be able to play fucking Danhausen. What the fuck? I shouldn't have to have a second job of just playing after I already paid for the fucking ringside pass. Even if I buy the deluxe version, it doesn't unlock all of the pass. I still have to fucking work at it. So like, what is the fucking point? You fucking blood-sucking vampires. You get fucking money from every single instance, whether it's ticket sales, fucking merch sales, microtransactions in a fucking wrestling game. Wasn't the DLC enough of a micro fucking transaction if you didn't buy the fucking deluxe edition that comes with all of it? It's $20 or $10 per fucking DLC. What happened to that fucking method? Instead, now I have to spend $10 for a fucking ability to unlock shit myself. Go fuck yourself. And then the rest of the fucking season pass is like VC and fucking moveset shit that should have already been in the fucking game to begin with. Why am I unlocking moveset shit? Why am I unlocking moveset shit? This is fucking stupid. Oh, and you know what else really fucking grinds my gears? And I'm going to throw it back to last week again, where I said I have to spend $120, $130 for the second to most expensive version just to be able to play as Kane. And these motherfuckers, you mean to tell me that they didn't put for show in the fucking game? I don't have slow chemical in the game. I can't get fucking crazy in here. For show. I can't hear that shit. Go fuck yourself. God damn, golly.
Preach, Nick. Fuck. Preach.
Yo, keep going.
Greatest theme in the fucking world. You fucking you motherfuckers. How we waited. How long has 2K had the license since 2020 fucking 14, and they still didn't give us Kane 98, and they really didn't give us the show. You sons of bitches. You sons of bitch. Give me bald Kane when he comes out with the fucking chains, and give me for show right the fuck now. You want $130.
Oh my fucking god.
Sons of bitches.
I can't, bro. I can't do this shit. Oh my god.
I'm glad y'all like that.
Oh shit. Oh my fucking god! That was a rant. That was your rant of the year right there. That's a candidate right there. That shit.
They are going to make me pay for slow chemical KB, and you know the worst part is I will give them the $5.
Oh my god! Ow, the show.
Oh, KB calling me out real quick, saying besides Bruce Pritchard, what's grinding my gears? I didn't even, you know what? Just for you, my man, because I didn't even mention him really this week. So just for you, my man, fire Pritchard. Fire that man. I will not be satisfied with this product until you fire that man. I'll tell you what. You could hire a monkey named Bubbles to become your WWE champion and have him fight like the whole zoo and have no real storyline. You could have a Katie Vick part 2 with the said monkey with the belt, and I will be like, that is the greatest product you've ever made. As long as Bruce Pritchard didn't fucking sign off on it. As you fired Road Dogg, which I kind of get it, but you fired Road Dogg. Kind of get it, but you didn't fire Pritchard. Don't get it, you sons of bitches! How could you do this to me?
So apparently, we just gotta let Nick off the leash every now and then.
It ain't hard. You give me a free 5 seconds, I'm gonna rant.
Oh my gosh! Yo,
I have a lot.
Shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
I have a lot of hatred for this product. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was great. Oh my god.
Y'all are still dying.
It was a great rant, Nick. That's why.
I mean, KB sparked the second one because he brought up he who shall not be named or should never be named in my presence. In fact, if you want a quick way to get a rant out of me, for those of to plug us real quick, for those of you that are going to go to any SNW shows in the Revere, Lynn area, you will see me. And if you want to see me flip real quick, just say anything positive about Bruce Pritchard. I got you. I will tear you down to size. If you need a little ego deflation, just bring up Bruce Pritchard to me. I got you.
I gotta calm down.
Easy, Shiz, easy. I think you broke Shiz.
I need to calm down. Just the way how he went off, and the fact that he squeezing the owl, like
bro heard off a show and has been laughing ever since.
That's the point. He had to just.
We gotta make that a soundbite thing for future shows.
There's I don't want to take credit for that. There's a guy on TikTok who started that trend, and so I took that from him. So if we're gonna take the sound, we should take it from him because he does it the best. It's so funny. I'm subbed to him, so I'll find out the name. But yeah, we should definitely use that sound bite. Look, we all know the real words, you know, but that ain't what it is. To me, it's for show.
You had to throw the emphasis of certain words. Oh my god! Listen, my Celtics game's about to come on in 10 minutes, man. Oh my god, I can't do this. I can do this every Sunday now.
Hey man,
they took it away.
It's always extra fun when you're in here, man. So hell yeah.
No, if I had like a stack of papers where she's up in the air, man, no, I give up. I'm walking away from my chair. I'm walking away.
I hope to some extent. I don't know. It probably never will, you know, because I'm just nothing but a wrestling peon. But I pray to God. I don't know where we clip. I know we put our stuff on YouTube, but if we clip any of our clips, I hope to God someone out there, out of the 70 different rants that I have done, any of them will work. Put them all together into a supercut. I don't care. And send it to him. I hope he sees how much I hate him. I hope he knows how much I want him fired. I hope that he knows that every single wrestling show I go to, and at this point, it's not even just WWE, it's even promotions that he's not even there. I'll go to an AEW show and do this too. I'll still try to start a Fire Pritchard chant because I fucking hate that man.
absolutely no words right now. I can't. I'm playing the wrong clips. Dude, like she's subscribing.
Bro, I made him laugh so hard he put up the fucking link tree.
Ring the bell.
We broke him. You broke him.
I'm trying so hard to calm down, but the ow for sure is ringing in my head right now.
The show.
You get paid for everything else, but you can't pay for the rights for the goddamn fucking song. Are you serious?
The wonder of the world is gone and now for show. It just hits right. It just hits perfect.
No way. Oh, you don't want to pay the rights for that, but you pay for the rights to call the personality, right? Oh, okay. I see where we're going with this. I can't, yo.
He's gonna be thinking about that for show shit all week.
All day. We're gonna get a text in a group chat later. He's gonna just
in the back of my head now. I was like, he
anytime
a moment right there.
I want to get the clip from the TikTok, like the original. So whenever Kane is mentioned in this podcast, like whenever Kane is just even alluded to, we just for show.
We need to have a Kane count.
Yeah, oh my god, a Kane counter.
Name is mentioned. Ow.
And in the corner of the screen, we could have the counter, the Kane counter. My god.
No way.
Eric, I know you're still in here. You taking notes?
Oh my god. Yo, they'll be back next week. Hopefully Eric is back to normal by that time period.
Man.
The bus on Saturday.
I'm fucking crying, bro.
We catch this next Saturday. I can't even finish my monologue. Wait, no, I messed up. Catch us Friday. That's what I meant to start. Friday is the anniversary show, so hopefully I see a lot of people come and celebrate 6 years of doing this podcast and everything like that. Nekro was one of the OGs of this day next to Fats and Dukes. And just come out for a fucking good time. And then Saturday, you come out for another good time. Come out to SNW Draft Night. Tickets at the door or tickets on eventbrite.com. And Jesus, I got no words to say. Just
breathe.
Oh, let's go. Before I start going back and rewatching this episode, I'm gonna clip this whole part right there. It's like, oh, it's too good to miss. Who want to do their plug in the shadows, man? Please, just go. Whichever one of y'all.
That was too good.
I don't know. I just want to watch shit keep melting.
I can't. I'm trying to regain my composure, but
it's like he lowers it down and then it just gets him again. It's just he gets to
back up
and it just comes back.
Fuck. I can't do this anymore.
You gotta be saying that. That's gonna be a new stim for the day, bro. You got all day just for show.
You made me want to play the song now.
If we don't get copyrighted, do it. We probably will. I think that's
probably get flagged.
What's that? Third Eye Blind, I think. Is that no, that's Finger 11. Never mind. I fucked up the band. But yeah, Finger 11 will sue the shit out of us. I don't know how much money they have.
No. Just where y'all go? Where y'all go? Do y'all playing, man?
I'm good. I got nothing to plug. Gunner, what about you?
The only thing I got to plug is come see me Saturday at Supernova for draft night. Follow me on Instagram at redneck_Moody24 and find me on Facebook at Gunner Moody. That's all I got.
Oh yeah, dude, do that. Come to SNW. Come debate me on Bruce Pritchard. Come debate me on Danhausen, come hear me say for show if you want. I don't care. Just just come spend money. Come spend your hard-earned money at SNW, please. I love you. Please do it. Please.
Love you.
Please do it.
Did you see that?
Just give us money, please.
Dog out that shit.
Just give us money.
There it is. There it is. Shed a tear. Come on.
No, I can do it. I'm trying
Not
to
for
stay my fucking composure, but it's so hard right now. It's hard. It's hard for me right now.
He's struggling.
He said he's coming down, but he's gonna go right back up.
He's finding it.
I'm doing it. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I don't care. No, I can't do it. I can't. Yes. What are you gonna say?
The wanderer.
The world is gathering now for show. Found in her. That was Kane's best theme. There's no doubt in my mind.
This catch you motherfuckers back next week. You'll eventually be back.
Oh man.
I think he broke his bike.
Yo,
Nick, what did you do?
Yo, the office show gave him too much energy. He broke his mic.
I'm done.